It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight we'll see the Denver Nuggets playing against the New York Knicks. For New York, they've talked about the importance of starting fast, playing with energy right off the tip. Let's face it, no team likes to play catch-up if they can avoid it. We'll see how it works for them tonight. And the front lines for both teams tonight, powerful, explosive. Shaq, what's the key these days to building a great front court?
Well, the more versatile, the better. But it's more about skill and brute strength. You know I'm about skill and brute strength. I was the most skillful and brutally strong guy ever to play the game.
It's right, you are brutal.
What's so funny?
That, front court guys need to change ends. That's what's funny to me, Shaq, and nothing else. I just tell you right now, nothing else is funny to me.
You want me to show you how strong I am? I'll flip this table over right now.
I believe you could. I believe you could.
What you looking at, Ernie?
Not much.
Oh.
All right.
It's on. It's on.
I see Ernie.
And here's Kevin Harlan. Here's Kevin Harlan.
I'll see you in the locker room, Ernie.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's interconference time for the New York Knicks as they travel to enemy territory looking for a win. We're all set to bring you NBA action. Kevin Harlan here, joined by our analyst Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Kristaps Porzingis has drawn comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, and it sounds like Dirk is a fan. He says of Porzingis, he's long, athletic, tough. He has touch. He can put it on the floor. He is for real. Kevin?
And Porzingis, DA, a good 3 inches taller than Dirk. He's a very unique talent for sure. Well, tonight a battle between two very talented front courts, Doris. This could get pretty physical.
Well, this is a night, Kevin, to me, where the officials could dictate the level of physicality. They know that both teams have big, burly guys up front, that these guys like to engage physically, and so how is the game officiated, particularly at the start? That could set the tone for what could be a cage match.
Personally, do you like those kind of games, Doris?
I like a certain level of physicality, Kevin. I do think that we've cleaned up the perimeter game. I think officiating is such a nuanced deal that the best officials understand innately how something should be called.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Hardaway and Porzingis, your small and power forwards. Hazonia out there with Ntilikina, and it's Cantor in at the center position. Here's Hazonia. Pass to Ntilikina. Back to Hazonia. Sinks the three-pointer. Hazonia's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
An active passer with good awareness. When Ntilikina spots the open teammate, he gets it to him.
Harris kicks to Barton. Here's Millsap. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Crafty move. He recognizes the size disadvantage, and the mid-range is close enough.
I'll tell you, that's really clever because it's not easy to get that mid-range off over a guy who's got a size advantage. He made it look easy.
Here's Murray following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Murray, the pass to Harris, takes the three, buries it from three-point range. Harris has got 5 now.
Boy, the D just not quite close enough to prevent that three. I mean, you can't give him that kind of space.
Ntilikina kicks to Porzingis. They get a hand on it. Jokic with the steal. And it's Barton that time on the assist by Paul Millsap.
Boy, they came ready to play. That's 4 straight buckets to start the game.
Pass to Hazonia. Here's Ntilikina. He's covered by Murray. Five to shoot. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
And the key for Ntilikina is shooting with confidence, especially when it comes to his perimeter game.
Doris, when you look at Frank Ntilikina, the first thing that might strike you is how long his arms really are.
Right, that wingspan in the 7'1" mark. And I'll tell you what you like is that Ntilikina really knows how to use that length to his advantage on the defensive end.
Here's Ntilikina. Gary Harris making his last shot. Here's Cantor. And there's another one for the Knicks.
You must crowd Cantor when he is in the mid-range. He is a knockdown shooter.
Back to Millsap. Inside, here's Jokic. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Ntilikina passes to Hardaway. He tries for 3, and the Knicks hit again from deep.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Jokic, and again it's Denver.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
Greg, the defense better start to disrupt his rhythm, or it's going to be an awfully long night for them.
Now here's Porzingis. Jokic with the steal. And now the Nuggets, fast break. And it's Murray with the jam.
And the quick feet of Murray really doing an extraordinary job getting out in transition.
Ntilikina kicks to Porzingis. Outside Hardaway. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively. And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Now here's Porzingis. To the inside. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Cantor. Looking to end the run, and the layup is up and in. Cantor's got 6.
Enes Kanter embraces physicality, and if he wants to score it, he's going to play right through the defense.
Left side Harris. Here's Millsap. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
And already you're seeing great execution from both teams.
Well, I like the synergy, right? The ball is moving well, and they're seeing that hard work pay off.
And last season, LeBron said that the Knicks made a mistake passing on Dennis Smith Jr. in the draft. Of course, they took Frank Ntilikina out of France.
Yeah, a little shade thrown Ntilikina's way last season. Of course, he's one of the youngest players in that draft, and so plenty of time for this young man to fulfill his potential.
And that one falls for Ntilikina.
And the French native has already made an impact. Ntilikina is a young guard who plays with confidence and purpose.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Well, you think about the New York Knicks last season and any number of challenges they faced. Jarrett Jack was probably the closest thing they had to a legit playmaker in the NBA. Here's a guy who led his team with 5.5 assists per game.
On the wing, Hardaway. And the Knicks miss again.
Boy, all sorts of space around him. If he can't hit those, the defense not going to worry too much about him.
And how about the excellent court vision, just keeping the defense off balance?
I'll tell you, Greg, his passing has been absolutely outstanding. He is threading the needle right now.
The wide open look here for Porzingis. Drills the three-pointer. Porzingis has got 5 now.
Well, Kevin, how about Porzingis? You can play him as the roll man, or in this instance, use him as the ball handler. How hard is that to deal with?
And that's how you answer back.
Well, you can tell that was a little give good, get good. Executed well on the offensive end, connects on the deep threat.
And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in.
And one of the league's best defenders. Millsap closing out well on that one.
We'll return shortly. Nikola Jokic, a former second-round pick turned star in the league, talks about what the game means to him.
Basketball, like passion, love. Like, that is the thing I play like when I know 4, 6, 7 years old. I don't know. Like basketball is always in my life. That like I think it's passion. I think it's passion.
In basketball, Greg, a big deal in Jokic's native land of Serbia.
And I love his creativity. There's an artistry and a freedom in how he plays the game.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
I'll tell you, they've simply been more assertive in the open floor. They're leaking out early, converting with confidence.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Denver, Harris and Barton, the two wings. Miles out there with Jokic, and it's Thomas in the point guard. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, the Knicks hope to build a contender around their star player, Kristaps Porzingis. He said playoff experience would be huge at this point in my career. The sooner, the better. That's the only thing I'm focused on. What I need to do on the court to play better, make my team win. Kevin will see if they can get there together.
Thanks, D.A.
Well, you love that Courtney Lee, a tremendous shooter, is willing to give it up when he sees a guy open. That's good stuff.
And another lead change. The fans are really getting their money's worth here tonight.
Well, this is what they pay to see, right? Competitive, close games are simply the best to be involved in. Boy, that's how to do it. Just go strong. Don't settle for a jump shot when the defense is flat-footed. Nice.
Basket, good. Thomas got his first basket.
Well, you have to stay attached to Isaiah Thomas because in catch-and-shoot situations, this guy is ready to fire.
Pass to Knox. Back to Lee. Banked in off the glass.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Nuggets have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Miles passes to Jokic. Back to Wiles. Porzingis with the block.
This guy showing great potential as a rim protector. Porzingis a threat to block shots anywhere, anytime.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. To the paint. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. That's 7 points for Porzingis. With college basketball expanding the three-point arc out to FIBA range, Doris, does that set the table, you think, for the NBA to move its arc, their three-point shooting line, out as well?
I think one of the things that I would like to see, Kevin, is a more unified game across countries, right? We've talked about the NBA and basketball in particular becoming a more global game. I think one thing that I'd really love to see at the lower levels of basketball in the formative stages is young players have to play with a shot clock. Because what that forces those players to do is be three-tool players. Under duress of a shot clock, you better be able to put the ball on the deck, make a pass, or take a shot. So I think the more we can normalize a set of international rules, the better basketball is going to be long-term.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
And Gary Harris, a 6'4" shooting guard out of Michigan State. On paper, you might call him undersized, but with his strength and toughness, he's got it covered.
Paul Millsap's checked in for Denver. Porter comes in for Barton. Then for the Knicks, Cantor checked in for Knox. Ron Baker comes in for Lee. And it's Ntilikina in for Emmanuel Moutier. Here's Cantor. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots, off to a good start. And if you're making a list of the best young shooting guards in the league, Greg, I got to think that Gary Harris is on that list.
Absolutely. A two-way player, defends his tail off, and offensively, he can score at all 3 levels.
Here's Ntilikina. Gary Harris making his last shot. Here's Here's Baker. A pass to Porzingis.
Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better. Thomas deciding where to go with it. Again, the Nuggets score.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Ntilikina kicks to Porzingis. Down low, Kanter, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's on Isaiah Thomas.
Well, Kanter is a smart, aggressive offensive player and very crafty at drawing contact.
The first free throw is good.
And sometimes it seems the age of interior scoring big men has come and gone. Enes Kanter, one of the rare big men who can dominate a game offensively in the paint, great hands and the strength to create space.
And New York making a change here. As Anya's checked in, good on both. And you talk about Kanter's inside game, but he's got a solid jump shot.
It looks very comfortable all the way out to 20 feet. I think before long we may see him add a three-point shot to his repertoire. My goodness, what a move there to lose the defender. Got him on his heels, and then he made it look easy from there on in.
Now here's Kanter. 10 points for him.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Outside Thomas. And again, Denver with the triple.
Boy, he has exploded. You couldn't ask for a better quarter from a guy.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and gameplay. Shot is good, and the Nugget lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Kanter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Thomas, and there's another one for the Nuggets.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Porter with the steal, and finished off by Porter.
Woo, he is so quick off the ground. Porter just gives the defense very little time to react.
Extremely fortunate they didn't lose the ball there.
From deep, and no good on the last second attempt this time.
Well, the hustle Thomas gives on the defensive end. You love seeing his activity level.
And the first half is now in the books. Nuggets lead by 11. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, Hoop fans. NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. EJ, Shaq, Jet. Isaiah Thomas having an outstanding game. He had 14 points and 3 assists. He's definitely heated up over the last few games, and we're seeing some of that same recipe here tonight. Shaq, let's get your take on Denver.
Well, they really dictated the pace of the game with their transition game. They got out on the break every chance they had, and the time they could push the tempo, they did. And a lot of times it kept the defense scrambling like eggs with the cheese and apple juice.
And over to Kenny. What'd you think about New York?
They just gave up way too many good looks from the three-point line. That means either you haven't followed the game plan correctly or you're not executing it correctly. Either way, it's wrong. So from the looks of the first half, they need to aggressively close out on shooters to close this gap and the score.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game from Isaiah Thomas.
Well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
I think, Greg, we're seeing a couple things. Terrific play calling, unselfish nature, and quality shooting. That makes for good offense.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. And so it's Barton bringing it up for the Denver Nuggets. Tipping off the second half, here's David Fizdale's 5. Over on the wings, it's Hezonja with Hardaway. Inside, it's Porzingis and Cantor. And it's Ntilikina in at the point.
Even when the D is breathing down his neck, Murray gets it done. Just an amazing shooter with an impressive stroke.
And with that, the Denver lead is cut down now to just 11 on the basket from Hardaway. Denver's gotten on a roll from three-point land. They've been flawless, 6 for 6 tonight. Hardaway against Barton. Over Hardaway, and Denver again with the bucket. Second half rolling along now, about a minute played here. Here's Ntilikina. Millsap grabs the miss.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Well, certainly a disappointing result, but they'll live with the shot. They'll take that every time.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, some have nicknamed center Nikola Jokic the Joker, and he does have a lighthearted approach. He said, "This is not a job. I'm enjoying the game like a game of pickup basketball in my hometown." That's the mentality. No pressure. It's just a game. He feels that staying calm helps him succeed. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A.
And with the playmaking in Denver's front court, point guard Jamal Murray is free to hunt his shot. Very comfortable playing off the ball.
No good on the free throw. And you look at Jamal Murray's assist numbers, he's more like a two-guard.
Well, he's kind of a combo, 6'4", 6'5"-ish, but you can't have enough shooting, and he's got a quick trigger.
That one misses.
And Murray has it all. A deadly shooter and a remarkable penetrator. Terrific guard play.
And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's foul number 2 for him. New York calls timeout. Doris, when it comes to filling in the rest of a roster, the pieces around your star players, what qualities do you think these teams are looking for, or would you be looking for in a role player?
Well, I think one of the first things you have to think about, or what are the best attributes of my stars? So is my star a great driver creator? Then I need to put great shooters around him to enhance his driving and playmaking abilities. But the other part of a role player is you've got to be willing to do the dirty work, to sacrifice the headlines and dig in on the defensive end, to absorb the best matchup of the opponent every night. And that means sometimes you're going to get scored on 5-6 times in a row. That's how good the offensive players in the league are. So there are many qualities, but those are just a couple off the top of my head, Kev.
Hardaway against Barton. Hardaway, no good.
Unbelievable. He blew that. Look, guys, no clue what went wrong there.
Now here's Murray. Tight defense on him. Shoots from the baseline, and the shot goes in. Murray's got 6 points.
And still perfect in the second half. 4 straight makes.
Ntilikina passes to Hardaway. Fires the 3. Sinks the triple.
Well, Tim Hardaway Jr. is known as a scorer. Knocks down the long distance look right there.
Murray with it. He has 6. Jokic kicks to Murray. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. And that's now 9 points for Jamal Murray.
And that was a real quick comeback there. Both sides showing some range.
Well, both teams are pulling the trigger right now, showing great confidence from behind that arc.
And stolen by Murray. Porzingis with the steal. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Boy, Kev, how about Porzingis? Shrugs off the hit. That work in the weight room paying off already. You gotta love the time he's put in to make himself a challenge.
The thing about Porzingis, interesting guy beyond just basketball.
No doubt, Kev. I mean, here's a man who speaks 3 languages. He had a Carmelo Anthony jersey as a kid. He had a couple of Latvian rap songs written about him, and the guy's just getting started.
One shot, gentlemen.
No question, Porzingis is a tremendous talent, Doris. We've seen that, but he continues to struggle some as a rebounder.
I think automatically you see a 7'3" guy and you say, okay, that's 10 rebounds. But the reality is Porzingis has been more of a face-up, good athlete, attack the rim. He can get to the glass, and I think you'll see more of that in the future.
A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. For 3, Harris. Yes, once again, he remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
Boy, the consistency he's had tonight has been impressive. Really steady from the field.
Porzingis finds Hardaway. Back to Porzingis. Wide open. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Here's Murray, and Denver again with the bucket.
In such a rhythm right now. Feathery touch. He's lighting them up.
Knicks trail by 14. Poke loose and stolen by Murray. Goes up and slam dunk by Harris.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
Hardaway with a wide open look. Off target with his 3. Denver leading by 16. To the middle, Hardaway with the steal. And here's Porzingis for a 3. Drills it from outside. Porzingis has got 17 now.
What you love is how complete a player Kristaps Porzingis is. There is a variety of ways with which he can score it.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here.
And guys, it's been a little bit of an interesting journey for Tim Hardaway Jr., right? He gets drafted by the Knicks, traded after 2 seasons, then goes back to New York on a monster free agent deal.
A different look for Denver. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jokic. Porter comes in for Barton. And Thomas subbed in for Gary Harris. The Nuggets have gone 9 of 10 on their attempts in the third quarter. That is 90% from the field. What a roll they're on. And Thomas.
Oh. You've got to be kidding. We know Isaiah Thomas is a bit of a showman. How about that insane handle?
And a terrific bit of chaos there on the replay presented by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. Burke, the pass to Porzingis. Hardaway finds Porzingis. Count it, and he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
Boy, as aggressive as he's been, hitting all these shots, they're still behind.
Thomas outside, and again Denver with the triple.
You want to talk about a perfect performance? He hasn't missed a shot all night. Incredible.
Burke, the pass to Porzingis. Hardaway with it. Back to Porzingis. Lets it go with a 3. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Hardaway has got 3 assists tonight. Now, here's Thomas. 19 points in the game. Again, the Nuggets score.
Very hard to get Isaiah Thomas off his game. This guy feels comfortable shooting over just about anyone contesting his shot.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. The Nuggets on top, up by 15. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why, Greg, great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Knicks trail by 15. Trey Lyles out there with Plumlee. Then there's Jamal Murray. Then it's Thomas. And it's Porter in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Down low, Millsap with the steal. That's good from Porter on the assist by Murray. Porter's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Denver. Moutier kicks to Hardaway. Moutier looking around. Millsap against Hardaway. He gets that one.
You know, he clearly made adjustments at halftime. Smooth offense right now.
And here is Thomas. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Basket counts.
What a night for Isaiah Thomas. At times like this, boy, you know this guy is a star.
Wow, and how huge has he been today? Really just giving his team a nice lift.
They'd be in a much deeper hole without his contributions, no doubt about it.
Again, the Nuggets score.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Moutier finds Hardaway. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Good.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
New York calls timeout. The 6'11 Mason Plumlee out of Duke, Greg. He's got a live body.
Very athletic, Kevin. His mobility enables him to defend smaller players on the perimeter. Offensively, he is a threat to finish at the rim.
Mario Hezonja's checked in for Baker. Millsap with the steal. Takes the 13-footer, and that one's good by Porter. Porter's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, good defense there, but Porter does go 6'10" with that 7-foot wingspan. And how about a 9-foot standing reach?
Now here's Cantor, and we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And so here is New York. It's Hezonja in the corner. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. Moutier's got 4 assists in the game. Denver leading by 18. Now Thomas. Six on the shot clock. Fires top of the key. And there's another one for the Nuggets.
Well, any point guard who involves his teammates is automatically going to raise the offense. Go ahead, IT. We see you with that pretty pass.
Now here's Moutier. Outside, Porzingis. There's the triple. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Enzo Thomas will bring it up for Denver. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Out to the right wing. Murray kicks to Thomas. Denver passing it around. Here's Plumlee, and again it's Denver. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Outside, Porzingis, Kanter. It's good for the 7th time this game. He's shot 7. He has made 7.
Well, the touch that Enes Kanter presents is really terrific. Unbelievable scoring inside.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Well, Enes Kanter, when we talk about rebounds per minute, Doris, he's generally very high on that list.
Well, Kev, he's got the size and he's got the strength. But what I really love about him is there's this willingness to mix it up. This is a very physical player.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Jokic has checked in for Plumlee. Barton comes in for Porter. And Harris subbed in for Murray. Denver leading by 17. Here's Thomas. He kicks to Millsap. That's tipped.
Encouraging to see Kanter trying harder on the defensive end. There's height. There's ability to block shots. Go to work, Enes.
Four on the shot clock. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. We've got 1:55 left in the game. Here's Ntilikina. Back to Hezonja. Outside, Porzingis. 5 to shoot. Here's Kanter. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Well, there's simply no denying the strength of Enes Kanter. Even when you get physical with him, this guy is capable of playing through it.
Well, he was fired by the Grizzlies 19 games into last season, Doris, but Coach David Fisdale with a fresh start now with the Knicks in New York.
Well, you think about in Memphis, he tried to shift from the grit and grind to a more modern NBA style, and I think he encountered some resistance there. With the Knicks, more of a clean slate, a chance to build the culture from the ground up.
.133 left to play in the final quarter. If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
And the shot goes in.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Denver.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Isaiah Thomas.
Boy, what a determined offensive presence he has been for them tonight. He carried the scoring load, and as hot as he was, it took a ton of pressure off his teammates all night.
And here is Burke after Isaiah Thomas made that last three-pointer. Fade away, and that one hits back iron.
I'll tell you, he's not going to get in his coach's good graces if he's missing wide open looks like that.
Here's Barton, and Denver again with the bucket.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
I think that's exactly the mentality you have to have. You don't want to give this team any hope of coming back.
Here's Knox. Lee kicks to Kanter. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Boy, I'll tell you, Enes Kanter has proven he can dominate on the offensive end. What a skill set.
The clock now can just run out for the Nuggets. Thomas with the ball. From the arc, on the money.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Oh, there's no doubt. This crowd is into it, and it's because of how well their guys have played tonight.
So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Mason Plumlee. A lot of points tonight. What was working so well offensively?
Well, we're sharing the ball so well. It's fun to watch, I'm sure, but we have possessions where every guy might touch the ball almost twice. So when you get movement like that, it's hard to guard, and it's a fun way to play.
You did have the defense on its toes tonight, Mason. Thanks. Kevin, back to you.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching.
Thank you, my friend, my brother, and NBA2K basketball fan all over the world. I hope you guys enjoy my video game, my friend, my brother, and for sure, my friend, my brother. We will see it again next time for sure, my friend, my brother. Hope you have a good time, a good day, a great day, a good night, and a good dream, my friend, my brother. Thank you for watching again. Thank you for NBA2K fan, basketball fan all over the world to see my video game. See you next time. Thank you. See you next